Ready for some college hoops. We are in New Orleans tonight. Unfortunately, fans will not be let inside. They've not taken the trolley to the game inside the Auburn B. Fogelman Arena in the Devlin Fieldhouse. But we should still have plenty of energy. That's because we got the number 6 team in the nation, the Houston Cougars, first place in the American, taking on the Tulane Green Wave at 6-4 in the season. Tulane, this will be their first game in 12 days. You are watching the American Conference on ESPN. Now let's take a look at who is made of more, brought to you by Guinness. And we've got some breaking news right off the top. Quentin Grimes, the best player on this Houston Cougars team, he will not be playing tonight. Sprained his ankle in practice this week. He is out tonight. He is questionable for their game against SMU this weekend. In his place will be Tremont Mark, the freshman, starting. Now Justin Gorham, he is a beast in the post, leads the American in rebounds. And this Houston team, they can run up and down with the best of them, but they are known for their defense. What's up? Welcome inside our homes. I'm John Schrippen, joined by Brooke Weisbrod. And Brooke, the number 6 team in the nation. Folks, if you have not seen them play, you are in for a treat. Unfortunately, their best player is out, but that means Marcus Sasser is going to have to step up big.
And what makes Houston one of the best teams in the nation is that it's next man up. There's a lot of offensive weapons you can go to, and tonight Marcus Sasser is going to have his choice of any shot that he'd like to take, stepping up for Quentin Grimes, who's out with the ankle injury. You know, he does a great job. And on the other side for Tulane, it's got to be Jalen Forbes. He averages about 15 points a game, 4 rebounds. He's a dynamic player. And on a night where it is a short bench for Tulane, he has to create a lot on his own. He's a high-energy player, and they are going to need every bit of that tonight to just survive this game. This is a team that has been dealing with COVID cases, getting guys back, and it's going to be possibly a long night for Tulane if they don't get off to a good start.
Now, we didn't even know who was going to be in the starting lineup for Tulane. That's because head coach Ron Hunter was very tight-lipped this week. His team was coming out of COVID protocol. He just got back some players the other day. Not sure who we're going to see, but the ball is up, and Tulane is going to control the tip. Sion James getting the start for the Green Wave. Look for Jalen Forbes. You talked about him, the Alabama transfer. Kevin Cross with the right, off no good, gets his own rebound, up. And Houston will clean the board. Here's their starting 4 for Houston. DeJon Giroux, Marcus Sasser. We said Tremont Mark, the freshman. He is starting in place of Quentin Grimes. Mark getting his 3rd start of the season for this Cougars lineup. 3 in the corner.
Wow.
And Houston is all over the offensive boards.
Rebound. Exactly. This is what you face when you play against Houston, a team that can shoot, rebound, defend, and that is Tremont Mark, who was incredibly active getting that offensive glass right off the bat.
Tremont Mark, Justin Gorham, the beast, he is inside. These guys are a load to handle. And we talked with Ron Hunter, head coach for Tulane. He said his guys are not going to be seeing the type of minutes they're used to seeing just because they're coming out of COVID protocol. So let's see how they're going to be able to handle this physical Houston team. 5 on the shot clock, into the lane, count it. Justin Gorham showing a little touch.
Justin Gorham likes to say he's the tough guy of this team, but this was a smooth move right here, taking off from the left side of the lane, protecting the ball against the swipe, and he actually had to catch it. He lost control of it, caught it, looked at the rim to finish the shot. That was a nice play.
Kevin Cross picks up the foul for Tulane. As Gorham misses, can't complete the 3-point play. Take a look at Tulane's starting 5. As I mentioned, we didn't know who we were going to see. We're still not sure who's going to come off the bench for this Green Wave team. We were told everyone is available, including the walk-ons, so we shall see what happens as this game goes on.
Yeah, it was really a case of, when they say game time decision for Tulane, they really meant it this game, and players waiting to get their COVID test results and waiting to see what kind of minutes they could play. But it's going to take that kind of effort.
Sion James with a nice cut into the lane. Tucked the contact, no call, but we are all tied up here early on at 2 apiece. DeJon Giroux, he gets into the lane. And he's going to turn it over.
That's one of the things about his game. You know, he can play with so much excitement and get everyone into the game, right? And that's what you need, especially when you don't have fans this year. But when he plays just a speed too fast, he needs to just dial it down 1 or 2 levels to get back into the flow of the game. Right now, he's playing too fast.
So Tulane will pick up a full court press as Marcus Sasser brings it over the timeline. Sasser, he's really picked up his offensive efficiency over these last few games, especially from beyond the arc.
It's been fun to watch how he and Quentin Grimes have worked well together. I mean, these are 2 of the top 4 players in the AAC.
Mark for 3, got it. The freshman getting the start in place of Grimes. He said, yep, that's what I can play. Give me the start, coach.
Kelvin Sampson is so high on this young man. He's a freshman, and what he brings to this team, they say he's a Swiss Army knife. We've seen him go to the glass hard on the offensive rebound and then hit a 3 there. He clearly has a lot of offering for the upside. You can just tell. And this is a coach who loves to develop players. Kelvin Sampson, now in his 7th season as Houston's head coach, has had stints in the NBA, other top-notch programs, and that's what he's being known for, is developing players to the next level.
You know, Sampson told us when they got their only loss of the season, they were still feeling the effects of COVID. Their team didn't have their full stamina. Now they feel like they're back at full strength, and that's why we're really seeing it on the scoreboard. They are really taking it to teams. There's a nice block on the defensive end, and here come the Cougars. Sasser passes
6
up a
wins
look.
in a row.
That's
See
Mark
the ball
again from the
movement there.
corner.
Look good.
We set the shot clock to 20. The ball is volleyballed around, and Sasser calms it down.
Houston can get any look that they'd like. They've been able to dissect the defense easily here in the first half.
Mark with the lefty jump shot. And Tulane will break out. They've got numbers, 2-on-1. And Houston got back in transition. Jordan Walker couldn't finish that. And now we got a transition 3, no good. Pace is starting to pick up here.
Yeah, this is favorable for Houston. They have the numbers to be able to keep up with it. But Tulane, we told you their bench is short. That's a deep 3. If you're Houston right now, you know you have a short lead here, but get more discipline. Get into your offense. See what kind of sets you want to run. Right now it seems like they're settling for kind of one-on-one type shots.
Sloppy play here in the opening 4:15. Pass inside across, and he is denied.
What great defense. That was straight up and down, using that principle of verticality rule inside the charge circle. That was well done. Great job.
There's a jump shot on the corner. Gresham can't hit it. And we have got a loose ball foul. Houston with an early 5-2 lead over Tulane. Ron Hunter had a lot of success at Georgia State. I'm sure a lot of people know him from his time in the 2015 NCAA tournament. Advanced to the round of 32 after he fell off the stool. Don't worry, we'll give you the shot. We'll show it to you later on in the broadcast. Here he is. It's good to see him back on the bench because he missed their last game. He had to watch it from home. He had COVID-19. He said it really changed his perspective on just how we're handling everything in today's society, because it really took a lot out of him. And he said the only reason why he's even out here is for his guys. His guys want to be playing.
Yeah, it was a very eye-opening conversation that we had with Coach. He said, that his whole attitude changed after he contracted COVID, and his position is that we should not be playing right now. And it was just so interesting to hear a head coach say that. Because, John, I can tell you I've had conversations with head coaches who feel the same way as he does and are not expressing it publicly, right? So for him to do that really says something about the impact that it had on him. He said for 6 out of the 8 days he couldn't get out of bed. There were times he thought he should be hospitalized, and that right now it's more important to him, like you said, to be here for his guys, to get them mentally ready. But in his position, there really wasn't any support given by the NCAA in any part of this whole process, and that he feels like it is a tournament that's just based for, in his opinion, money but he is here to support his guys, and that's what he's doing tonight. I just was so surprised to hear him be so outspoken about it, but clearly the effect it had on him scared him enough to say nobody should ever go through this experience.
That is the walk-on. Ben Callahan Gold seeing some action here. Hunter told us. He said everyone is going to be available on the bench, and first touch, he's gunning from 3.
Listen, Ben's not going to wait around. You know, when he gets his chance, he's going to fire it up. That's what you do. If you're a walk-on, you stay ready, right? That's your job.
I love seeing walk-ons get some action. And here's the thing that he told us. He didn't say they were just going to play a little bit. He said they were going to get some serious minutes. He said his guys are still feeling the effect coming out of this COVID break. He doesn't want to run them into the ground, so he's not going to give major minutes to all of his starters and his key guys. Everyone on the bench is going to play tonight for Tulane.
I think that's a great concept, because right now he also believes that it's not about wins or losses. It's about the college experience that his guys can enjoy. The walk-ons are a big part of that. You know, we had 3 on our team, and my coach, God love him, he couldn't remember anybody's name, so he called them all Tigers. But anyways, they were very important to the development of our team and didn't get a lot of shine like they should have. So it's great to see him playing tonight.
7-5. 5 minutes played already here. And there's a 3 from a wing. And that is good. Goran, he has been the best player so far on the floor for Houston. He's been getting boards inside. Now he just knocks down a 3. Houston with a 5-point lead.
He is embodying just exactly what he said the other day. He said, I want to be the tough guy on the team. I love playing that role.
Into the lane, denied.
RJ plays it all right, too.
Third block of the game for Houston. Let's see if they can get it going here on the offensive end. Giroux with the ball in his hands, gets into the lane. Contact, no call. Kick out to Mark. And Mark, I really love his attitude. He's a freshman getting his 3rd start, but he's been ready to go from the jump.
Yeah, he's been very confident. And Kelvin Sampson, again, praised him and the freshmen this week. He said, this time of year, I'd like to concentrate on my freshmen. It's great second effort right there inside.
From the logo, look at that. The walk-on says, I'm going to take the most of this time.
He's going for it. He's going for gold tonight. Go ahead, baby. Shoot it.
Corner 3 from Mark. And he is going to get fouled.
Good drive and dish. This is exactly one of the things that Houston does well. There's so many shooters on this team. Here's Giroux getting into the lane. It's been more of the same. Until Tulane learns how to stop it, this is what you do. You exploit their weakness. And Mark at the free throw line, he's been averaging 8 points a game. And someone that this coaching staff is so high on. In fact, Kelvin Sampson said, we put everybody on the plane to go watch him play. You know a recruit means something when all the coaches show up.
And you never... We'll have a full day of college hoops Saturday on ESPN and the app, culminating with these 2 Sonic blockbusters in the SEC Big 12 Challenge games. Number 15, Kansas squares off against number 18, Tennessee in Knoxville at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. And then we head to Rupp Arena for number 5, Texas and Kentucky.
It's going to be 2 phenomenal matchups. Kansas looking for some consistency right now. 3 losses in a row. Trying to find some dubs for the Jayhawks.
Callahan Gold has not been shy. Houston's opened up a 10-point lead here. They've scored on their last 4 possessions. And Gresham now makes that 5 possessions in a row. And Brooke, now it seems like this Houston offense is clicking. They're on a 10-0 run.
This is what you fear when you play against Houston, because there is not 1 or 2 guys you need to identify as shooters. Everybody can shoot short range, mid range. They can take threes. This Houston offense is so high powered right now. And you're seeing what's working so well for them and why they've got 6 straight wins.
So Ben Callahan Gold will take a seat on the bench. Good to see him out there. Brooke, it's got to be a tough situation when you come into a game against the number 6 ranked team in the country. You're shorthanded, and even with the guys you have, they're not even 100%. How do you approach a game like this?
Yeah, I think you just say, guys, give it your best effort. And Coach Hunter has talked about more of having his guys be mentally well for these games and for this college experience. Being physically ready is one thing, but having to deal with COVID this year, having the players have it, Coach Hunter having it, he knows it's a bigger picture about life right now. So that's really the message that you give your guys. When they're playing out there, it's a bonus.
Tulane has now missed their last 10 shots from the floor. Haven't seen Sasser get in on the offense yet for Houston.
Yeah, he hasn't had to insert himself. It's a good sign. It's a good sign when your best guy in Grimes is out and everybody else steps up. You don't have to rely on Sasser to score 30. You've got other guys who can jump right in, but he says, I would like a little piece of the action, guys. Don't leave me out.
So don't forget about me. I can still put it up with the best of them.
Right.
And there ends the run finally as Tulane with the scoop shot gets it to go. A 13-point game as Houston's up 20-7. Number 16 in the nation. If you haven't seen them, better get to know them because they're going to be around for a long time in March. Welcome back to New Orleans. John Schriffen, Brooke Weisbrod, and Justin Gorham has just been the man early on.
You know that he could have a double-double here before the first 10 minutes of the game are up. I mean, he's closing in right now. He's playing pretty well, and it's being aggressive is really the reason that he's playing so well. Look at that, 7 points, 7 boards, shooting efficiently. Just started off the game with a lot of energy. You pointed it out. He was really the one to start to lead Houston down this run that we're seeing right now.
They started 2 of 11 since they are 5 of 6 from the field. And their offense is definitely clicking. Here's a 3, and that is good. I apologize. It is hard to pick up these jerseys. I'm not going to lie. We're watching this game at home on a monitor. The jerseys are black. And it's hard to see the numbers on the guys, but that was Cameron Tyson with a 3.
Yep. I concur. About trying to watch these games. We're just right there along with you guys at home, not looking at any fans in the stands. And, we've got artificial sounds. We're all trying to make it work here. So we appreciate everybody's patience at home.
Is that back-to-back threes for Tyson? Yes, sirree. And
How
Houston
smooth
is now
does he look right
putting
now?
on.
Yeah, he looked real
good.
comfortable taking those shots.
A 19-2 run for Houston after the slow start. Kevin Cross with the ball in his hand will dump it down low. Double team quickly. Cross gets it back, and he's going to go to the line.
That was great ball movement by Tulane. They're not getting a lot of options offensively. Meanwhile, Houston able to skip the ball to the corner, and that's just a great job by Cameron Tyson, the redshirt sophomore, to have his hands and feet ready. I mean, that was a catch and shoot. Just a beautiful motion in his three-point shot. But that's another thing that you learn. When you get to Houston, you are going to work with Kellen Sampson, the son of head coach Kelvin Sampson, on your three-point form. Players will step on campus, learn how to shoot just like Justin Gorham did. Maybe you never were a three-point shooter before, but you will learn how to be one when you play for Houston.
Tip off your weekend tomorrow night with some of the NBA's biggest stars on ESPN and the app. Giannis and the Bucks take on Zion and the Pelicans at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. Then it's Luka and the Mavs squaring off against Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, and the Jazz. Our NBA Friday coverage starts with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern. Houston up 26-8, under 10 minutes to play here in the first half. What an up and under move. That was pretty in the post.
He had me sold.
And everyone is getting to play. Reggie Chaney with a nice move.
Chaney, pro level on that. Just great spring work. Not only in the ball fake, but just getting to the rim explosively. That was awesome.
Jordan Coleman's shot is off, and here comes Tyson the other way. Tyson, he is coming gun out there. Made his first 2. That one is off the mark.
Little heat check.
They are not shy out there.
Listen, he's getting some time he hasn't seen all season, and he's ready to do it. There's that pump fake again. Great job. Chaney just really recognizing where the defense was going. He led him right there. It was easy.
.20 lead for the Cougars. If you're just joining us, Tulane is short-handed today, coming out of the COVID break. 3-pointer, no good by Coleman. But the Green Wave tracked down the board. Another 3, and Tulane is just ice cold here in this first half.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, they've gotten shots that are fairly close to the rim, and then they're settling for 3s right now. And you're seeing the suffocation of Houston's defense and how it works, and it's demoralizing to try and play against them to get a good look. There aren't many.
Jamal Shed with the turnover for Houston. Coleman with another 3, and he is missing bad. Floater in the lane. Houston's doing a really good job on the boards.
Well, Houston is one of the best rebounding teams in the country, and this is what makes them so good. They can shoot, they can rebound, they hustle, they play defense, and they strive to play for 40 minutes. You know, Kelvin Sampson is a coach who will watch game film and look for tendencies. He looks for patterns of mistakes. We'll see another 3-point shot that come close but not go in for Tulane, who's looking at a very low-scoring first half. I don't know if they're going to get to 20, John, to be honest with you. The way they're playing right now, it doesn't look like it.
Jaden Coleman, another miss from the outside. But I got to tell you, Houston is kind of keeping them in this game. They had turnovers in their last 2 possessions. This is the number 6 team in the country. I know Kelvin Sampson cannot be happy even with a 20-point lead here.
Honestly, no. It should be 40-8 right now. That's a deep three. I think that was Dejan Giroux.
That was Giroux from deep.
Offensive action. And Giroux is one of those players that had to learn the Kelvin Sampson system, and that means being unselfish.
Sion James in and out. Kevin, thank you very much. Welcome back to live action here. Houston on top 31-8 over Tulane. Tulane shooting just 9% from the field. That one does not go by R.J. McGee. Out of bounds, but it's going to stay here. Brooke, when you are shooting 0 for 10 from 3 and now under 9% from the field, where do you look to get things going?
Yeah, it's tough right now. You're looking at 1 for your last 20 if you're Tulane. So the basket feels about the size of a dime when you're trying to shoot. You want to start from the basics again. Get simple. Put your head down, attack, try to get to the rim, get to the free throw line, and make it as easy on yourself as you can. You need shots that are up close. So if you can succeed off the drive or a short jump shot, that will help restore your confidence.
Under 5 on the shot clock. Tulane, do they see it? Danson with the ball, shot at the buzzer, and they're going to say a shot clock violation. I mean, that is what Houston wants to do. They bring the D on every possession.
Yeah, they don't mind. I mean, they will literally guard you for an entire possession. This is what they're built to do. This is what they get in shape for. You know, for Tulane, you have to try to attack and find some pockets, drive and dish, create some off their movement. There's no screens. There's no moving without the basketball. And meanwhile, you know, Houston like we said before, they're on a 24-3 run, yes, but this should be a 40-3 run, to be totally honest with you. If they put their foot on the pedal and really went for it, it would be a 40-3 run.
Not much is going right early on for Tulane, but here's what I will say. They got some hot unis. I got a pair of those shorts with the waves on them. Those are
I'm saying, right? The shorts are awesome.
Those are fire. I'll come my address, Tulane. Send a pair my way. 3 on the way by Mark. No good. Rebound, Houston. Tyson comes out gunning. No good.
Yeah, I think Houston could be better disciplined on their shot selection. They are a team that likes freedom in the offense. I get that, but I think what you want to do, especially if you've got guys who don't play a lot of time, is try to score like this.
There's a steal going the other way, and Houston connects easily. Extends their lead 33-8. It's been a lot of defense because Houston's offense struggled early on before their offense could get going. But there's been a lid on the basket on this end for Tulane.
Yeah.
0 of 11 from three-point range now. There's a 3 in the corner for Tyson, counting.
It's Tyson's third 3 here of the first half. You know, guys that typically don't get a lot of shine for Houston are stepping up tonight, and unfortunately the absence of Quentin Grimes, who's out with an ankle injury, but it really allows for your bench guys to show up.
Houston in the midst of a 29-3 run.
Good defense right here for Houston. This is what they like to do. They can get out in lanes. That's Tremont Mark, the freshman that we were telling you about. And then Tyson, a redshirt sophomore, with his third 3, all coming from the corners. What is it with these corner 3s? Those are the hardest ones. These guys knocking them down like it's no problem.
It is scary how good this Houston team is because they're without Quentin Grimes, their best player. Sprained his ankle in practice this week. He is not available for the game tonight, but it has not been a problem as the bench has come up big in his place.
They have a lot of options. And that man right there, Marcus Sasser, passes it off to Giroux, who's a good scorer but better facilitator. This young guy right here, you'll know his name in a few years, Tremont Mark.
Mark with a good dish inside. Sasser with the extra pass. And Giroux just beats the buzzer. And Houston will
Are we watching the Globetrotters? What is going on right now?
This game is getting into bizarre land.
It definitely is.
Houston's just throwing it around, and Tulane is in cement.
Oh, it's hot potato, but it starts on defense. There's Tremont Mark, the freshman, getting 2 for Houston the hard way with defense.
That's right, Kevin. You better recognize my partner.
Okay, Kevin. I see you. Thank you. That sounds awesome.
Houston,
Can't wait to hear that interview.
Houston 7 of 15 from three-point land. Tulane is still ice cold, but they get the offensive board and put it in. All right, Brooke, get this. The best defensive half Houston has had all season. They held Lamar on 4 of 20 shooting, just 15 points in the half. They've held Tulane to just 10. There's 3 minutes to play here in the first half.
Well, I am not a betting woman, but if I were, I would say it's going to be tough for Tulane to get to 15 points here in this first half. I mean, they seem completely out of gas. They are giving it their best effort, and I give them that. They're not giving up. They just don't have the amount of energy to compete with Houston, the team that's finally getting their physical health back together again. I mean, every single player on this Houston roster had COVID, so they've all gone through it, and many for Tulane as well. And so we really can't understate the amount of time it takes for you. I mean, just think about when you get sick, trying to get back to working out, how hard that is. Now we're talking about COVID. It's a lot different.
Gabe Watson misses the pull-up jump shot there for Tulane. (36-10). Houston's up by 26 with 2:20 to play. And what's wild, Brooke, the game hasn't even been this close. Another offensive rebound for Houston, and they're going to reset the offense. That's Justin Gorham with another board.
And it's not that these players, I mean, we're watching every person in a Houston uniform crash the boards, right? That is a philosophy that's taught to them. That's not something that they just show up on campus and know how to do. You get guys who start in high school and never really had to play a lot of defense, maybe didn't have to go after the rebound a whole bunch because they would just get layups and shoot a high percentage. But if you're going to play for Kelvin Sampson, you better check your ego, make sure you're going to play defense, and make sure you're going to hit the glass hard.
Kick out from the post. That's Sasser for three, in and out, but another offensive rebound for Gorham.
He is so skilled. He is the third best offensive rebounder in the country.
And there's the freshman getting his start, Tremont Mark, in place of Quentin Grimes, who is out injured today. And it's a 28-point lead for the Cougars.
I just saw Tremont Mark run away with his palms up, little Jordan style.
There's a foul. Gabe Watson going to the hole. That's what you talked about, Brooke. You said you can't shoot from the outside, so they wanted to get it to the hole. Watson goes to the line for two.
Yeah, you got to try to attack. And that's exactly what Tulane did right there. And Tremont Mark tried to go for the squat, didn't get it.
Watson makes the first.
This is a Houston team that Ron Hunter said is a Final Four team, and he was adamant about it. This team looks like it's headed right toward the Final Four, and Houston's definitely playing like it.
A short-handed Tulane Green Wave team is doing the best they can, but head coach for Houston, Kelvin Sampson, he still wants his guys to run through their offense.
Yeah, and I think that's great. You still have to play disciplined basketball, and it's hard to do. You got a big lead, so you just, you want to throw some hoops. Like, you want to play around a little bit, but you guys have to stay disciplined and get good shots, and this is another one.
From downtown. He has been an assassin. Fourth three-point field goal, Tyson. Under a minute to play here in New Orleans in this first half. Watson dancing with the ball, getting to the lane. There it is. That's what we're talking about, Watson. Get the offense going here.
Great move by Gabe Watson, the junior. Able to get under the defense with a quick spin move.
Timeout, Houston on the floor. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to New Orleans. John Schriffen, Brooke Weisbrod. Brooke, Kelvin Sampson is up 41-14, but in that last timeout, he was as animated as we've seen him all game talking to his guys.
Yeah. You know what? I'm okay with that because we've said this. Houston, had they really executed at top-notch level right now, I really feel like they'd be up almost 60-14 right now. And so I think as good as they played in this half, and they played an excellent ball game, they could be doing better. And I think that's what Kelvin Sampson feels from his team. He wants better execution, a little more discipline on offense, but otherwise, I mean, there's not many bad things you can go into the locker room feeling salty about if you're Kelvin Sampson.
Let's see what they do with this possession here. Here's the freshman Mark with the ball in his hands. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Tyson, then he gets his fifth three-pointer of the half. Way to show up, Cameron Tyson.
Come on, man. Like, it's just a game for him right now. Look, he's walking off the floor. Like, I know we don't want to go into halftime right now. Don't let this hand cool off.
That stretches the lead to 30 points for Houston. And Kelvin Sampson, This is the sign of a great coach. He is treating this game like it is 0-0, and you look at the resume. I mean, he's basically done it all in college basketball. You see, he took Oklahoma to the Final Four in 2002, Washington State in '94 to the first round. I mean, he's done it all, but this is one of his better teams that he's had, and he's really built this team for a run in March.
You know, Kelvin Sampson has been doing this for a long time, right? So he knows what works, and he's finally got a team like he had last year that has scoring option, has a deep roster, has good leadership, maturity. They do the things right they're supposed to do. So this is really the season that they could get to the Final Four or even then some.
That is the end of the half here in New Orleans as Houston is up by 30. We are going to the Jeep halftime report in the studio. Kevin Connors and the guys take it away after this. What a beautiful view. A riverboat in New Orleans. Houston's having a ball right now. They are up 30 on Tulane, the number 6th ranked team in the country. John Schriffen, Brooke Weisbrod. Brooke, as you said, even though they're up 30, it seems like Houston could be up a lot more, but their defense is really what stands out for me. The best defensive half they have had all season, and they're doing this without their star Quentin Grimes, who's not playing tonight with an ankle injury.
Right? I mean, that really says a lot when your star guy is out and everybody else is stepping up. Not only Marcus Sasser, but you're getting help from guys that you don't really get a lot of chance to say their names during the season. Cameron Tyson, Tremont Mark, the freshman, doing a great job just being active, getting to the offensive glass. And here's Cameron Tyson. Could not miss. My man was hitting shots from way behind the line, going over to the corner, making it difficult for the defense to stretch and get at him. Just a catch and shoot guy, very confident in that stroke. And yeah, I mean, Houston did so many things right in that first half. They shot nearly 50% from three, 47% from the floor. Really just managed the rebounds, but again, could have done a better job offensively executing. I mean, it's hard to say that, but yeah, they should have a bigger lead.
There's Mark picking up where he left off, slices through the lane for 2, and Mark has 12 on the night so far. 14.
He's had a great night. 5 of 8, hit all of his free throws, has a couple of rebounds, a couple of assists. But how about Justin Gorham? He's got 14 rebounds already.
Walker with the step back. That's a 2-pointer for Tulane. Only 4 made field goals in the first half. Let's see if they can get the offense getting on track here in the second.
Yeah, Tulane would really benefit from opening the second half on a run where they could just put a stretch of 7 or 10 points together. That could really help them. Probably not get back into this game, but just give them some confidence.
That's Jalen Forbes in transition, and he's going to be fouled by Tremont Mark, so he will go to the line. We'll have a full day of college hoops Saturday on ESPN and the app, culminating with these 2 Sonic blockbusters in the SEC Big 12 Challenge games. Number 15, Kansas, squares off against number 18, Tennessee, in Knoxville. It's at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. Then we head to Rupp Arena for number 5, Texas and Kentucky. And Tulane starts off the second half with 2 buckets, trying to get something going.
A lot of mishandling on that last possession for Houston. It's an unforced turnover. You just felt the frustration of the coaching staff. You could almost hear them all the way from the bench.
What do you say to your team at half when you're up by 30?
You say to them, don't slack off. You know you're going to give some of your other guys some playing time, but you want to keep things crisp. I mean, it's not like the teams have had a ton of time to play in games anyway, so you got to take every opportunity. I mean, these guys, up until game time, didn't know if they were going to have a game.
There's a missed three by Houston. Rebound goes to Tulane. That's Jalen Forbes, and he is going to get fouled.
I think if anything, what COVID has showed us is when you have an opportunity to play and everyone's healthy, you don't take 1 second for granted. All that time you spent by yourself, training outside in the cold, not being able to be with your teammates. I mean, you're in a game right now. It's pure joy. I mean, that's exactly why they're out there. And they're trying to get in top physical shape for the tournament. So you really have to push yourself. To think bigger picture, John. I mean, you got to think national championship right now. Still consider it a tie ball game.
Sion James, he'll get to the bucket, and that one rolls out. Rebound to Tylen Pope. And Brooke, Tulane's got a little different energy to come out of the half.
They got some fight, don't they? I mean, it's a much different team. They are looking to get bodied up there. They are looking for contact. And that was a great take from Sion James. Unfortunately, didn't fall, but at least the second and third efforts are there now for Tulane getting on the glass, whereas before, you couldn't do anything. Houston owned it.
Pope makes the first of 2 free throws. Just announced that fans would not be allowed inside the Avron B. Fogelman Arena in the Devlin Fieldhouse for Tulane. So I'm sure it would have been a packed house for the 6th team in the country. And how about Jalen Forbes, the Alabama transfer with the rebound putback. And Brooke, that's a 7-0 Tulane run.
And that's exactly what they need. Jalen Forbes was their guy. He's their go-to guy. And for him to have that type of play right now is huge. I mean, it will take so much for Tulane to climb back in this game, and it would be something. I don't see it happening, but I love the fight that they're displaying right now.
And that's what Coach Hunter told us. He said, I'm not going to have all my guys available for this game. And the guys that I do have, they're not 100%. They're still coming off of COVID. They're still feeling the effects of it. They're still trying to get their stamina back. He said, but the thing that my guys do have, they got heart. They want to play, and because they want to play so bad, I'm out here and I'm going to fight for them because they want to be on the court tonight.
Yeah, you just think about the attitude that it takes, you know, what this program has gone through, what both programs have gone through to get to this point. It is overwhelming, the amount of testing that these teams have gone through and the waiting, the anxiety that it brings, not knowing if you're going to play, not knowing if your teammates are going to be okay. And it was interesting talking to Justin Gorham, They got on FaceTime, the guys did, all of them, for a couple of hours a day. Now, I think it would have to take a pandemic. Tell me if I'm wrong, John. I'm speaking on behalf of men here. You guys don't just hop on FaceTime and get on the phone for hours on end. Am I right? It's not something you guys do.
100%.
So I said, well, who carries on the conversation? You know, you guys got to be able to have somebody that's just joking, you know, and that guy right there, Dejan Giroux, is one of them. He definitely keeps the energy light. And you could feel that. You can imagine him in the group chat. He's probably the guy that keeps it spicy.
But there's a different energy in this second half. I know this lead is big for Houston, but Tulane has come out with just a different energy. There's another putback for Tulane. And in the first half, Houston only had 4 team fouls. They already have 5 team fouls, and we're not even 4 minutes into this second half.
You can imagine the speech that Ron Hunter had with his guys at halftime, because they are playing inspired basketball right now.
And Sasser doesn't even draw iron with that 3, but it'll stay with the Cougars.
That's one of the best three-point shooters in the country, and there you see Ron Hunter, who told us he's about at 60%, and getting through practice, just being able to talk is one of the toughest things that he's dealing with right now. So every day, that's the things that he's trying to work back towards, is speaking to his team. And that tells you about the effect that it had on him. It's a nice look backdoor.
A backdoor cut, and the freshman again, Tremont Mark, making his impact felt. Third start of the season. Yeah, he's got some life in the legs.
And here's that backdoor cut from Tremont Mark, the freshman, showing Coach Sampson he'd like a little more playing time Yeah, Ron Hunter has seen that play before. Not many things you can do to stop it, though. It was a good cut from Mark.
The SEC Big 12 Challenge. This is about as good as it gets.
Oh! Are you serious?
Got it!
They can stroke it, baby.
That is big time. Count it. Yes!
What a heavyweight fight.
It is time to check out our Wendy's Wooden Watch. A lot of big names on that list. Brooke, who stands out to you?
Yeah, I mean, and you got to talk overall Luka Garza as the favorite, obviously, for that. But Jared Butler from Baylor is a guy to keep your eye on. He's just somebody that continues to get better as the season has gone on in this really weird season. I think what we saw early on from players was an inconsistency in shooting, and he's a guy that is starting to hit a lot of threes and do it consistently. So we're seeing guys, as they get more reps in the season, John, get more comfortable. You know, we saw a lot of sloppy basketball early on to start, but that's because everybody's on the same page. They haven't had time to get together in groups, play in competitions, simulate 5-on-5 scenarios. So now they're just out here with all that adrenaline and what it takes to play at game level, and they get tired quickly. So now they're starting to build up that stamina.
And Tulane's got a little stamina in this second half. Jordan Walker will get to the line. He makes the first. Sasser will pick up his third foul. So Jamal Shed will come into the game. And this has definitely been a different half for Tulane. They shot 4 of 32 in the first half. And they already have 4 field goals here in the second half. 49-25, Houston on top. Houston is without their star, Quentin Grimes. Didn't play because he had an ankle injury in practice this week.
That's a huge loss because between he and Sasser, that's 2 of the top 4 scorers in the AAC. So tonight for Houston, they found success in other guys. The ball hanging on the rim for a few minutes, didn't it?
What a nice play by Reggie Chaney. Gets the bucket to go with the and one. Chaney's had some highlights tonight as well.
Yeah, he sure has. Strong guy that takes a lot of contact on the way up there. He's trying to fan it in. Come on, come on. I will say also, it has become, especially on Houston's team, you notice most of the guys have gone short shorts now. It used to be just one guy or so. Dejan Giroux is the one that kind of recently started the kick for Houston. But look how many other guys on the floor right now got short shorts. Almost all of them.
What's up with that?
Dude, you don't like it? I'm so excited the short shorts are back.
Are you?
But you're like a 2000s player, right?
Give me the Fab Five. Give me the Fab Five baggy shorts.
Oh, see, look at this. Look at this. I mean, this is where their style's going. Because right now they're still rolling them. That's why it doesn't look as good as it could. If we're going to make short shorts, let's make an option for shorter shorts. So players don't have to roll them.
The Fab Five fought for all of us to have baggy shorts. Why are we going back?
I agree. Because everything needs to change a little bit. I mean, what if we had shorter shorts with the wave? I would totally wear those to ball out in. I would love a pair of shorter shorts from Tulane. You guys got to send us a pair. Send John his long Michigan shorts. He's got a pair of black socks. He's ready to wear with them. I'll take the shorter.
Tulane comes out with a full court press here. Trying to pressure the ball. Tremont Mark is trapped. He'll give it up. There's a 3, and
Cameron Tyson again.
Tyson.
My dude,
he has just
been
on fire.
And every shot he hits, I mean, it's bottom of the net. It's not even off at all. Just boom, right off his hand.
5 threes in the first half. He hit his first 3-point shot in the second half, and there's the response by Jalen Forbes with a 3 for Tulane.
Forbes, his 7th point of the game. We told you guys to keep your eye out for him, and he's the go-to guy. So he's still trying to keep this Tulane team alive. I love the way they've come out and played in the second half.
Tyson.
Can't stop it.
How do you not find that man? He's an assassin tonight in New Orleans.
You just saw a couple Tulane players just put their palms up like, man, for real? Is this guy hitting us again? Cameron Tyson is a one-man press breaker right now. You can't do anything. You can contest. You can try to run out at him, but he's got his eyes locked on the rim. There's no stopping Tyson right now.
It is scary how deep this Houston team is. They lose their best player tonight, and they haven't missed a beat.
Right.
Corner three is off, rebound to none other than Justin Gorham. That is his 15th rebound of the night.
More than double the amount of points that he has. When can you say that about a player? You know, any player that's got 5 or more points, can you have double that in rebounds? That's saying something.
Gorham, this is his 7th straight game of 10 or more rebounds. And if you're looking for something dependable in the season, that's the guy in the post. He's going to eat up the board.
Do we think Tyson can get to 10 threes tonight? We've got 13 minutes left.
If you give him the ball, he's going to try. Nice take to the bucket. Nice take to the bucket, DeJon Jarreau. So Tulane came out with some energy in the half, but it seems like Houston has responded. 3-ball back iron, rebound to Jarreau.
Well, that tells you how tired Tulane is. There was not one guy even remotely close to going after the offensive rebound. They've all but submitted to giving Houston every defensive rebound they can.
There's your guy for 3.
No,
Count
he did
it!
Oh, my God. 8 of 11. Is this for real?
Tyson's breakout party. Put this one on the highlight reel.
Just knocking him out. Like Mike out there.
I said, Coach, can I get a little more PT after tonight?
Yeah, for real.
Scoop shot, no good. No foul call.
Find him
Not a lot
again.
of whistles in this game.
It's because we're watching
Mark
open
is
gym.
Off the mark, and yeah, now it's starting to look like a little open gym, and Forbes blows the wide open layup. That's fatigue right there. Gorham, he misses a 3. And there's a little cherry pick in action by Gabe Watson, gets behind the defense for 2.
Take that. You know, we knew this Tulane team was going to be shorthanded, so the score is not surprising, unfortunately, for a stacked Houston team.
Tyson. There's the outlet pass. And Watson's like, woo, 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 I'm open. Timeout on the floor. And it has been all Tyson. Have some from downtown. He is just feeling it. Welcome back to New Orleans as the 6th-ranked Houston Cougars with a 62-34 lead over the Tulane Green Wave. What's up? Welcome back inside of our homes. John Schriff and Brooke Weisbrod. We are broadcasting these games from our home due to COVID-19 restrictions. A lot of people always ask us, what's in our background? Brooke, what do you got behind you?
All right, so what I picked for you guys for show and tell this evening is a basketball that I've turned into a planter. Got the idea off watching someone on Instagram to actually cut a hole in the top of the basketball, and you can put your planter in here. And I found a little cactus to put inside it, so you don't have to water it too much. And you know, it's something decorative for the wall here. What do you got, John?
I like it, a little arts and crafts. We'll go back to my home in a little bit. Let's get to this game. Nope, we got a foul, and we're going to take another timeout on the floor. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back. Cameron Tyson and Tremont Mark for Houston. They've combined for 40 points. Tulane only has 34. Making the most of your playing time. That's how you get some more minutes.
That's right. Just making their appeal to coach right now, knocking down a few shots and playing some defense, getting rebounds. That will always get you better looks from coach.
Mark, and he is going to be called with a travel.
Turnovers will not. Those don't help your case so much.
Tonight, After our game, it's Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt. He'll have the top moments and reaction of LeBron and the Lakers looking to bounce back after last night's fall in Philly. Plus, highlights of multiple college hoops programs trying to stay undefeated Thursday. And where could Deshaun Watson go? Sports Center with SVP coming up next on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Well, living here in Chicago, there's definitely some talk, and Deshaun Watson has followed 2 Chicago meteorologists on Twitter. I'll just let you know that. Why would he do that if he wasn't interested in coming to Chicago? Just, put it out there. Might be a bear.
I like where you're going with that. How about we're the lead-in to SVP? I mean, I love that dude. Scott Van Pelt is a legend, and we're the lead-in? Bad Beats might be the best segment on television.
It's the best thing that happened today, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, what a great show. It is fun to watch him. He's a great interviewer, and SVP is a legend.
Well, that's
I remember meeting him outside of in Wrigleyville one year for a Cubs game. Super nice guy.
4th foul on Tremont Mark as Tylen Pope will go to the line for 2. Houston with 4 team fouls in the first half. That is already the 9th team foul here in the second half. As Sasser will check back into the game. Also coming back in will be Kevin Cross for Tulane.
Something we've been watching. This is actually a half that Tulane is winning right now, 22-20. So for a 44-14 performance in the first half, Tulane is responding with so much pride and should be proud of the way that they're playing. I don't know if they've got the stamina to keep it up, but they certainly responded well here in the early going in the second half.
Well, they got to make sure they know where Tyson is on the floor. Right now he's on the far side of the screen, and that is an easy layup for Jamal Shed.
Yeah, that was just an explosive first step move. The entire left side of the floor was open. Good hands by Houston's defense.
But there's the steal for Tulane with the left, and count it.
It's Jordan Walker. Wow, we've seen him make some incredibly athletic moves in this game tonight. He quick hands, gets underneath Marcus Sasser in the crossover. Takes that contact while he's up in the air to finish the shot. Great concentration.
That is the 4th foul on Marcus Sasser. He only has 3 points tonight. A 3-pointer is 1 of 5 from the field.
No Quentin Grimes. Marcus Sasser not having a fantastic game tonight. Yet, here we are. Houston with a huge lead.
Tyson wanted another one.
I mean, even his misses are so close. That's a nice shot right there from Jalen Forbes, fighting his way for a clean look.
Cameron Tyson was there on the defense, but Forbes just was not going to get denied there. 66-40, Houston on top. They had a 30-point lead at half. That one off the mark, but out of bounds. They're going to say stays with Houston. No fans in the house, so you can hear the players talking to each other.
You sure can.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good defense by Kevin Cross. Knocked it out. Stays with Houston again.
Yeah. I mean, if we could get kind of like a running, filtered commentary, take out the bleeps and everything and just hear what the guys have to say to each other, it'd be great. We're so close. The NBA's had a couple of issues.
Shed goes off the screen.
Oh, nice pass.
And that one is pinned. Gabe Watson can't believe it. That looked like a good block, but he's going to get
It heard clean. It sounded like it was clean, didn't it? I mean, you could hear it. Sounded like that was all ball.
Juwan Roberts will go to the line for 2 shots. Roberts with his first point of the ball game. We'll have a full day of college hoops Saturday on ESPN and the app, culminating with these 2 Sonic blockbusters in the SEC Big 12 Challenge games. Number 15 Kansas squares off against number 18 Tennessee in Knoxville at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. And then we head to Rupp Arena for number 5 Texas and Kentucky.
Yeah, we talked about Texas being an interesting story. Of course, we wish our best for Shaka Smart to feel better soon as he recovers from COVID. But I'm talking about Texas as being a potential 2 seed. Houston, there's talk about them being a 2 seed, but Houston could go for a #1 seed. I think that's a possibility for them.
Oh, especially once they get healthy. I mean, this definitely looks like a 1 seed team for sure. The ball's batted around. Houston with another offensive rebound. Tyson in the corner drives baseline with the floater. Ron Hunter, look at him on the sideline. He is still coaching like this is a close ball game. I love it.
Yeah, this team really feeds off of his energy, and that's why it's so important for him. He says he needs to be there to try to keep those guys uplifted.
It's been all Houston so far tonight in New Orleans. And now for tonight's Pedialyte player of the game, it is none other than Cameron Tyson. 24 points, 8 of 13 from three-point range. He needs one more 3 tonight to tie the school record for most threes in a single game. That is 9 set by Robert McIver 3 separate times. But Brooke, the key here, McIver never did it in a conference game. That's why Tyson's performance tonight is so impressive.
9 times? Is that what I hear you say? 9 times? We're getting into 10 tonight.
No, McIver did it 3 times, but the record is 9.
Yes, well, that's what I was getting at. Was that the record is 9,
okay.
but tonight we're going to get to 10. I'm feeling it. He's already 8 of 13. Even his misses are so close. They're within an inch of going in. So I think right now we got to get him 10. That's the goal for tonight.
3rd foul on Gabe Watson. Okay, the only question is, will Coach leave him in the game long enough to get up enough shot attempts?
Right. Well, he's in it right now, so you better get it while the getting's good. Get your reps.
I don't think you have to tell him to shoot. I don't think that's an issue.
Yeah. He's like, green light. Okay, I'm good.
If you're just joining us, Tulane is severely undermanned tonight. They are coming off of a COVID break. They got a lot of guys back just the last few days from quarantine. So head coach Ron Hunter did not want to push guys who were not full health tonight and force them to play. That's why they are undermanned. We saw Ben Callahan Gold, a walk-on, get some key minutes earlier on in this game. But Tulane's still putting up a lot of fight for just the numbers that they have tonight.
Yeah, they really are. They've been playing okay this second half really well, but this is, you know, it gets a little bit out of sorts where it's just guys just trying to get some shots up right now.
Tylen Pope with the dunk in the open gym. Under 7 minutes to play here in New Orleans. And you know, Brooke, something we've been looking at is that Houston had a 30-point lead at half. So Tulane right now is actually up for this second half.
Yeah, it's impressive. A 28-26 lead here in the second half. We'll watch what happens again. Tulane able to get some good ball movement there. An easy bucket for once for them, where we saw there was a point in the first half they were 1 for their last 21 or 22 shots. Tyson's like, you guys not going to give me the ball anymore? Like, what's good? I got the hot hand here. Look, he wants it so bad.
Shed is running the show. Gets it out inside to the paint. Kyron Powell is no good. And everybody on the bench for Houston's getting some action here tonight. That one poked out of bounds. Will stay with the green wave. You think Tyson gets 9?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm feeling confident he'll at least get 9. I'm not feeling so great about 10, but I'm thinking 9 is possible.
Gabe Watson had himself a good second half. Nice dish inside. Tylen Pope will finish it off.
He's had a couple of strong possessions with some finish. The freshman able to get some time in. And this is a great time if you're a freshman or sophomore knowing you still got some things to prove. Nice power lay-in once again inside for Houston. If you got some things to prove, now's the time to get in there and say, Coach, I've been doing extra work. This is where I really want to earn the respect of you and get more playing time. You've got to continue to play hard, whether you're up or down.
Oh, circus shot. That one almost went. Jalen Forbes. Nice strong take to the hole.
Now, once again, just unselfish basketball for Houston. This is what makes it work for the Cougars. Cheney with the finish there.
That's our State Farm assist of the game. And especially in a blowout like this, you got to love that guys are still sharing the rock, making sure they're still running plays on the floor.
Yeah, you got to stay assist. And this engaged, and the assist on field goals made is a great indicator of how well the ball is moving on your team. Coaches like to shoot for about 17 a game, so Houston right there at the 16 mark.
Jalen Forbes at the line, sinks the free throw. He's got 11 points on the night for Tulane. Cross-court pass, your guy, but that's only a 2. Cameron Tyson just taking what the defense gives him. I know you don't like that, though.
I'm disappointed. Yeah, this is 2 points. That's not going to work.
9 threes is the school record for threes in a single game at Houston. Strong rebound. Tylen Pope of Tulane fighting with it. He'll be helped off the deck.
Wow. Still see guys going hard after the offensive rebounds. You'd like to see that. That's the kind of effort it requires. I mean, a 40-minute effort means just that, right? It means if you're up, if you're way down, it doesn't matter. You've got to continue to play as if the score is tied. I feel like we're seeing 2 teams that are doing that.
Have you ever been in a game like this, whether you're blowing a team out or you've been on the other side of a game like this? And what's the mentality when you're in a game like this?
Unfortunately, I have been on the receiving end of this a couple times. I mean, everything flows when you're up big, but I can specifically remember playing North Carolina twice. They were ranked in the top 5 both times, and I think at one point we were down 29. And before then, now this is me as a freshman, being so excited we're playing in the same gym where Jordan once played. North Carolina comes in, they play the music, the band's playing, here they come running in, and I literally, John, almost start clapping because I was excited. Then you realize, like, oh yeah, I got to play against these women in 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. They had already psyched you out. Oh, totally. We had no chance.
Strong take by Pope. That one no good. What was the do you remember the final score of that game?
I know we lost by 29. I don't remember the final score.
Tyson, no. He's had his looks to get that 9th three. He's sitting on 8 threes right now for Houston. Spin move. That one is tipped out of bounds by Powell. Tulane ball.
You got the pressure on you, though, right? You got the pressure knowing that record is within your reach.
You think he knows right now?
Oh,
you think he knows?
Yeah. Come on. Somebody told him. Hey, Tice, yo, the record is 9. You got to go get it. That's exactly why Coach Sampson's got him in the game right now, too. I guarantee it.
4 minutes to play. Houston on top big. They have controlled this one from the opening tip. The pass inside, and Pope, he's doing some work in the paint right now. Tulane showing some fight. Down big against Houston. Looking at Houston's upcoming schedule, they've got a big showdown on Sunday against SMU. Now, Quentin Grimes, he is out tonight with an ankle injury. And Brooke, we've been told that he is questionable for that game on Sunday. So we're not sure if he's going to be able to play in that big matchup.
Yeah, and that tells me it's a pretty serious ankle injury. And he's going to need some time, maybe a week or so, to get back into it.
You see your boy Tyson calling for that? I love it. Cameron Tyson.
I love that he's still in the game.
That's a look at Quentin Grimes on the bench with a boot on his left foot. But Cameron Times is the recipient of some playing time. Cameron Tyson, he came into tonight with just 21 points scored in the entire season. He's got 26 tonight. Floater in the lane by Jamal Shed.
Yeah, Shed saw his opportunity. That was a great floater, and just again, seek out contact. I think Houston does so well.
For a game like this, that's pretty much been no doubt since the opening tip. How does Tulane bounce back from a game like this?
You know what, I just think, again, they're looking at the bigger picture, right? They're happy to be out there competing, and Coach Hunter is more focused on just having fun and enjoying the college experience, which you enjoy a lot more when you're winning. There's no doubt about it, but to them, they've experienced this season where they're trying to just keep it together and keep the guys mentally fit and feeling good about each other and the chemistry they're building. So it's just about playing and playing as hard as you can.
4 on the shot clock. Tyson, a floater, and he has got 28 points tonight. You know, keeping up on what we were talking about with Ron Hunter, head coach for Tulane, he said something to us that was kind of shocking. He said after getting COVID and having that health scare, he said for the first time in his entire coaching career, he actually thought about when he wants to hang it up and when he wants to retire coaching. And there's a 3 by Tulane. He said it was scary. You know, I've got to think about my health. I've got one grandchild. I've got another grandchild on the way. And he said, I'm not sure how much longer I want to be coaching there.
Yeah, I mean, this man went through something that questioned his life here on earth and went through a completely different change of mind and just shift in his mentality about COVID. And I don't blame him, you know, for what it sounds like he went through, not being able to breathe, being in bed for 6 straight days. He could not move, could not get out of bed. Still trouble breathing and speaking at practice, living with lifelong issues from getting this disease. So yeah, I can definitely understand why he had those thoughts. It was still shocking to hear, though.
Jordan Walker with a jump shot. But even with the scare that he went through, you can see how much he just loves his player. He's like dying with every shot that goes up, even in a blowout game. I mean, that's love.
Right? I mean, he's telling us, you guys know me. Oh, come on, here we go now.
Is that it? And he got it. Cameron Tyson has tied a single-season record in for Houston with threes made at 9 tonight.
All right, we're going to go on and need 10, a 10 spot.
You got under a minute to play. Tyson, my man, can you get 10? What's the play that they can run for Tyson? I want to see it.
Has he had trouble getting an open 3 all game? They don't need to run anything for him. Just pass him the ball.
Tyson's got 31 points tonight. He's up on top of your screen near the bench. 30 seconds, 10 on the shot clock. Tyson, he passed it up.
He thought about it. He thought about it. Come on, we got to get him a shot now.
That's Mark on the other corner for 3. That one is out of bounds, and Tulane will have the ball. I think that's going to be it for our guy Tyson.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not seeing another possession out of this. He tied it, which is cool. I know he wants to own it, though. He's not trying to share.
What an achievement, though. When you come into the night having scored just 21 points on the entire season.
Yeah.
And in one game, you put up 31?
Right? How does that happen? You love those moments as a basketball player. You just busted open. All right, 14 seconds, guys. Let's make it happen now.
They're not going to shoot. They're just going to run out the clock here. And an impressive performance for this 6th-ranked team in the country. Houston with a 83-60 win, our final score. I'm John Schriffen for Brooke Weisbrod. Thanks for watching tonight. Coming up next on ESPN SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt. SVP, take it away.